What up, y'all? The Talking Normies podcast is back. It didn't go anywhere. I went somewhere, but it's back.
These motherfuckers went somewhere.
My name's Chris.
I am Pat.
Yo, what up? It's Micky.
Oh, weekend catch up. Pat, you got to go first.
My weekend catch up.
What did you do this weekend?
Let's see.
Pat, hold on. I want to put Pat on the mini
ours.
blast. Pat was like, bro, I was sick a couple weekends ago, and I didn't go to the gym, and I didn't do shit all weekend. He's like, I got to get some hobbies. He wants to get into DJing and this, and that. What you been doing? What'd you do for the weekend?
So, I just went to the gym.
Okay.
I played a lot of Fortnite.
Okay.
A lot of Fortnite. These motherfuckers got me into Fortnite. I don't know. The bug caught me.
I didn't do anything.
The bug caught me.
He's actually pretty insanely good at Fortnite.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty good at it. Like I get dub.
With a controller.
I average dub a day.
Double day.
Will you please play with a keyboard and mouse?
Hold on. Which mode are you playing? No build.
No build. Yeah. That's the only way.
Okay.
That's the only way to play Fortnite. The other ones, no.
All right,
now that it's a regular game, all the boomers are into it.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to see what else I did. I know I did something. And I guess I didn't do nothing.
All right.
Fortnite.
What about you, Micky? You drove across country for no fucking reason.
Hey, and I saw you as well. Yeah.
How long does it take? How many hours?
17 to 18.
Fun fact: it takes the exact same amount of time on the Amtrak, and they give you free food and free drinks.
Yep.
Literally, the Amtrak from Chicago takes 18 hours.
Amtrak?
Yes.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you could have just caught the train and spent the same amount of time, but you wouldn't have to have drove.
What? There's a train?
Yes.
Why didn't anybody say anything?
I went in 2019. I told you I took the train to fucking Colorado.
From Miami to Orlando.
Well, I mean, that's a shorter, like, whatever.
But it's about 18
There's
hours.
a train from Chicago to Colorado.
To Denver, straight up. From Chicago, directly into Denver.
Bro, I'm going to do that all the time now.
It takes 18 hours. It takes the same amount of time to drive, and you get free, if you get the little diner one, well, you can get food, you can get drinks, you can look out of the cart. They got this big window cart. And if you get the sleeper car, you get to take a nice little fucking nap.
I love trains. I have a question. I
haven't
haven't been on a train in such a long time. I didn't know about this. I'm so mad.
How the quality of these trains? Are like nice? How the seating is it comfortable?
So the seats are all right in coach, but if you get the sleeper class, which is a little more expensive, like you essentially get a tiny room with a bunk bed on the top and the bottom. Me and Marquetta did that on the way to Chicago or on the way to Colorado, but there was not this time, the last time in 2019, but there was a snowstorm, so it took really long. But like the whole time we were just in our beds, like playing the Switch, and then like we got free dinner and we got free breakfast. No, there's no Wi-Fi, but I mean you just bring your shit with you.
There's no Wi-Fi?
Pat, you're on a fucking train, bro. Look at
the airplane's got Wi-Fi. They're the airplane.
Okay, actually, he's got a point there. Yeah, he actually, you have a point.
Yeah,
there.
I mean,
but wait. Have you been on a train in India?
No, I don't think I've ever been to India since I was like.
I have experience being on a train in India.
Is it fucking nuts?
Once you experience that, it's like everything else is luxury. Like whatever else you throw at me is like top shelf, dog.
For real? Yeah. See, I don't know what I'm gonna do for like 18 hours with no Wi-Fi.
You gotta look out the window.
Yo, what the fuck you gonna look outside for 18 hours straight? Once you see one fucking 3 of them is gonna look.
Pat, you look out the window and be alone with your thoughts.
I can't do that because I go get crazy spots.
Yeah, well, you got to get good at doing that.
Going back to the weekend, so I drove. Me and Nahid road trip to Colorado, and everybody was there. Can we say why? It's not a secret, right?
Why would it be a secret?
I don't know. Okay, anyways, it was Dameron's wedding. Dameron got married, and we were all there in Colorado. Me and Nahid drove out to Colorado. We had a little boys trip. And yeah, I drove. I don't mind driving. I like road trips, especially the end part of the trip where we were in the mountains, it's so beautiful, but I always forget how terrifying it is.
Oh, it's fucking terrifying.
As soon as I get into the mountains, I'm like, I hate this. But at the same time, I'm like, oh my God.
There was a 6% decline for 7 miles.
Yes.
And you're just like, Jesus, I'm going down so much.
You're pretty much riding your brake and the car just starts shaking. Like,
is that smooth roads?
No, it's smooth roads.
It's smooth roads, but you're going down so fast that your brakes are like, you're heating up your brakes. Like
how you going down fast? Don't you control the speed?
You can't you can't do.
This is why when we get out there, I'm gonna drive through the mountains.
Look, you can't do is just fully let go.
Yeah,
if you fully let go, the car's gonna go too fast. If you gas, the car's gonna go too fast. And if you just stomp your brakes, you'll stop.
There's runaway.
So you gotta
there's runaway ramps so like if your car's out of control, you can like it'll stop you.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen with cars.
The mountains are dangerous as fuck.
But the trucks, the brakes will overheat, and sometimes that'll happen. And you'll like, I've seen videos of trucks like barreling down a bitch because the truck is so heavy that it's pulling itself faster and faster and faster. And the ramps are literally damn near like this, dude. Like the truck goes like.
It's terrifying. But Colorado was beautiful as always. I've only ever made it out to Denver. Well, I mean, I've driven through Colorado, but I never stopped like in the mountains. So we were in Eagle, Colorado, and it was beautiful, beautiful little mountain town. I got to hike, got to, enjoy the Colorado nativities.
What the fuck does that mean?
I know.
Yeah, I was trying to be, low key about it.
Do you know what a nativity is?
When I think of a nativity, I think of Christmas.
It's a little Christmas thing.
Yeah.
We smoked some weed, is what I'm trying to say.
You meant to say nature and activities and said nativity.
Well, I smoked in nature. Does that count?
That does count.
And it was a Jewish wedding, and I've never been to a Jewish wedding before.
That's dope.
And it was really, we got to do the chair thing, dude. It was really.
I was going to do that.
And I blacked out. Okay, so I meant to. There was a Saturday night celebration and no. Friday night, and then Saturday night. Friday night was like a meetup. We did line dancing. Turns out I'm really good at line dancing. It was fun as hell. I'm gonna lead
Mountain Mickey.
I'm gonna look right down here.
I'm gonna. No, it's closed now. Oh. I'm gonna lead line dancing at the next NormieCon. We're gonna have line dancing, but
wild.
I wanted to get drunk Friday night, but it was a short event. So then, like, the wedding was obviously longer, and I got drunk that night, and I blacked out, and I woke up way later than we were supposed to leave, and I threw up. Like, it was bad. And we're not sponsored, but I'm going to shout out Liquid IV, because it saved my life, dude. Like, somehow I was okay, and I just, like, barreled through the trip, dude. I was
you're a lightweight as it is, and also drinking 10,000 feet up will fuck you up, bro. You're trying to tell everybody. I was like,
I was trying to drink beers and hard drinks, and I was like, ugh, and then I found wine, and I was like, this is an easy thing to drink, and I drank too much of it.
You just got wine drunk.
I got wine.
I
got white girl wasted in the mountains.
Absolutely. Nice, man.
Yeah.
So we did the same thing. This is the first wedding I ever got to be in. We got to stay on the golf course resort where everything was at. It was super nice. Yeah, I'm gonna tell him. So let me describe this golf course place where we're staying at to you. All right. First off, what's that guy that rides bikes? Famous guy rides bikes. That guy, Lance Armstrong, was fucking there. Right?
What?
Like, yeah, Lance Armstrong. Oh, I didn't tell you. Yeah, like Lance Armstrong was there at the same time that we were.
Damn.
Apparently doing some shit. There's a bunch of football players that are members at this place. It's called Frost Creek, and it's like deep off in the back of Eagle. And like it's golf course and like mountains. We got to rent these golf carts. Dameron rented us a Jeep, and we went to this lake, and we went on this fucking hike.
It was the type of place, because like the wedding party was staying there, everybody else was like staying in a hotel. It was the type of spot where like I was too intimidated to ask like whether I could be there or not. I was like, I'd already made up in my head. I was like, I'm not supposed to be there.
I didn't catch on to that. You were like, we're bored. And I was like, oh, here's some shit to do. You should be like, can we come over? I'm like, yeah. I thought you just asked you for activity.
I just assumed the answer was like, nah, man. Because like the entry fee to that place is like $80,000 or some shit.
$80,000 entry fee, $10K a year. But they waived the first year. So I got 2 memberships now. Dameron and me went on a hike. Me and Dameron and Marquetta did. It was really good, but it was super high up, and I was really struggling with the altitude. But we made it to the top of this like mountain, and we found this cave. And it had we had to crawl down a tube to get into it. I didn't want to go, but it was the homie's wedding, so I did it. And we're down in the cave, and Marquez was like, I'm not going in there. And there's this wet rope you have to hold on to get to like the bottom part of the cave. And then like Dameron was walking around, and I was like, yeah, man, I'm about to stick right here, bro. Like I gotta get the fuck out of this
Dameron went
cave.
in the cave?
Yeah, we both went in. He went deep though.
Dameron's white. He's not afraid.
Right, I was just like, we can't be in this cave, my guy. Like we ain't supposed to. He's like, I'm only worried about animals.
Like, if we go a little deeper, there's a haunted house down there.
I was like, I'm worried about too much other shit. Like, come on, man. All I can think of is my obituary. My mom just being like, this little nigga knew he should have been in a fucking cave. Like, that's it. That's all I will say. And I'll just like never like last seen and heard from again in a cave.
Is this the type of cave where the bats will be at?
Yeah, there's bats in there, but not.
Why the fuck would you go?
Not this. They're not in there this time of year. They go in there to hibernate. the bats only go in there to hibernate. So like there weren't any bats. There weren't any animals.
Was there any guano on the bottom?
None that I saw, but I was holding onto a very gross rope, so I probably have like bat shit sickness. But we did that. Rented a Jeep. We did the wedding. That was great. We did the horror. I got to lift them up on the chair super hard. We did that for Dameron, the father of the bride, and Dameron's dad. I got to see my buddy Spencer, who's like one of me and Dameron's friends. I haven't seen him in forever. And
he was really cool.
Got to hang out, man, talk a bunch, eat a bunch, drink a bunch. There's a bunch of beers.
The food was so good.
Good wedding.
What was your favorite food? What was your favorite food?
Beef brisket.
So I will say the beef was better than the trout, but it was also the freshest trout I've ever had in my entire life.
Damn, I almost got the trout.
So it was a little under-seasoned, but it was like...
I should have came around.
Like you could tell how uncomfortably fresh it was. I was like, oh my god! Like I've had a lot of trout before, and I was like, this shit. I was like, it's under-seasoned for me, but also like,
but like even before the main dinner, they had like.
So how do you know it's fresh like that?
I don't know because it just I've tasted like I've had trout. I've had trout from the freezer, and I've had trout at restaurants. So I've got a barometer, right? Like, oh, that's freezer trout. Well, it's kind of shit.
So is there like
and then trout at restaurant
taste to it?
It was just texture, taste. Texture. I don't know. It was
texture, not taste.
Maybe it was freezer trout cooked perfectly.
I really regret not having some.
No, the beef was better.
What was the third option?
It was a vegetarian lasagna, I think, which probably was going to be fucking crazy too.
Yeah, but even before the dinner, they were serving like fried shrimp.
Oh my god!
This like freshly like. She had like this indoor
grill
barbecue thing. It was like a tiny little grill, and she just cooked the chicken fresh on it.
Chicken yakitori.
Dipped it in this sauce. There was a pork belly bun, like how they had those at the bro.
They were not fucking around. Woo. The wine was great. The champagne was great,
and they hired a live band.
Yeah, and they were. So I was skeptical on this, right? Because they were like, because the wedding planner was like, it's the best band in Denver. And I was like, cover band's gonna be the best fucking band in Denver? Whatever. They probably are the best cover band in Denver, though, like hands down.
Bro.
They absolutely brought it. They were very jazzy. They did a lot of medleys. They were like, Micky was freaking out. He was like, they're DJing, but it's like live music. And they're like going into one song to the next, and to the next, and to the next. And just...
it was like two friends, like how they just go from one song to the next, but it was live. Like they were playing with live instruments. So like, Dameron and Chelsea, I think they curated the list because like the band gave them like we can play all these songs, so they picked all the songs they wanted them to play, and then they just know how to transition between. It's crazy. It was crazy.
It was actually the first time I've heard like a cover medley band, which is. I think that might be the peak of the pyramid for fucking cover bands, right? Like, does it get any better?
They were really good, man, and there was a lot of them, so that wasn't that they can't have been cheap, dude. Like that.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, fucking, you saw how much it cost. Anyway, we and then after that, me and Katie went up to Breckenridge and we stayed there and we did some hikes. We saw moose, smoked some weed, got some really good pizza. We watched a bunch of TV. We needed like a day to like kind of calm down and chill. And then after Breckenridge, we went to Denver and hung out with my friend Eden. Eden, you ain't watching this, but shout out to you. She's been living in Denver for a while, but she's from the West Side. And she's about to fucking move to Italy. So
I do want to give a quick shout out to like Western style, like cowboy hats and cowboy boots. I have a newfound respect for that shit.
Mountain Mickey.
Because, I didn't realize how expensive cowboy hats are. Like
and practical.
Like practical?
Yes. Like up in the mountains, up out there in the West, you just need the sun not to be on your face.
It is.
Because you're 7,000 feet closer to the sun. Like boys are getting sunburned, should have ruined your skin real quick.
You know how I don't use lip balm, bro? Like I was using it every day. Like it was bad. Like your lips get dry.
I've never been like that. Is that come on?
You're much closer to the sun.
It's so dry.
Well, in the mountains, like Denver, you're still down at elevation, but if you go into the mountains, it's a lot different. Like I got winded casually climbing stairs.
Dead serious. Like you'd go upstairs and be like, "Fuck."
It must be a good place to go work out.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Is I think that's why there's so many fucking old people there. Is because once you get old, instead of like workout, they're like, I go on hikes in the mountains. Yeah. So like I already got the extra, you know.
But let me tell you about cowboy hats real quick. So like. They're lifelong purchases. You buy one and it should last you, right? But like because like the Friday night event, it was cowboy themed, so me and Naheed were really trying to find like cowboy hats. The cheapest one we could find was probably like $90.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. How much do you think the most expensive one?
About like 400.
$2,500. And that's and they probably go even way higher than that. Like
yeah, man, usually
$2,500.
Also, the boots are gonna. If you get a nice pair of boots, about $500,
bro.
And based off of all the hikes that me and Marquette, like I don't fuck with cowboy boots as an aesthetic, but me and Marquette were on a bunch of hikes. We just kept going on hikes, and like we saw 2 snakes and shit. I was like, if I had leather around my calves, I probably wouldn't give a fuck about these snakes.
I'm pretty sure you could get a Hermes shoes for $2,500.
You can.
Yeah.
Are you telling me a cowboy hat?
$2,500, yeah. Because it's
crafted.
It's like hide. It's handmade.
For your head. Dameron had a fucking beaver boy on.
Creme de la creme Stetson, bro. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. It was just a lot of fun.
Yeah. Also, the bolo tie gang there was crazy. They really had a lot of nice bolo ties.
I really wanted a bolo tie, bro. Dude, it's some they be on fleek out there.
Yeah,
I want to go check it out.
As many Indian weddings I've been to, this is my first Jewish one, and I was like, I'm really feeling it. I'm feeling the wedding vibes. Yeah, they fucking party.
Yeah.
They don't party until 4 a.m. They don't keep on going. Also, you can't. I really don't think you can party like that in the mountains.
Also, shout out to Dameron. He knows how to write some vows, bro. Like I don't get emotional at weddings, but I got emotional at Dameron's vows. I was like, damn, bro, you killed it.
Hey, Dameron, bro, you want to be my writer too?
Right. So here's the thing for you, Pat, which will get into the thing that you want to talk about. So while I was here, my buddy,
you still have to tell can you tell the bee story?
What bee story?
When you were up there.
Oh yeah, I got fucking stung by a wasp.
You got stung by a wasp?
No. During the wedding.
Oh yeah, I'm standing like for the wedding, and I'm like on the far end. I got stung by a wasp on Friday, and like it's got in my shoe and stung me in the foot. So I was like kind of limping and shit all day, and I'm standing up here, and this fucking bee comes by, and it's just like fucking with me, and I'm like, oh my god, please go away. Please go away. And I'm like trying to like be chill and like just stand here and do my thing and like not be like fucking extra. And I'm like, oh. And people saw this one dude was like, you look so shitty up there. He's like, was it a bee? And I was like, yeah, man. I was trying my hardest not to like show any emotion. I was like, be cool. You're a rock. And I was like, I'm steady. And it literally got on my head. I was like, it's fine. It'll fly away. And it got behind my ear. And I was like, stop lying.
From my perspective, it was the funniest shit I've ever seen. Because like the wedding's happening is super emotional, and I like Chris is like swaying back and forth. I was like, is he about to pass out? And then the smoothest thing he did one of these. He was just like. Like I could tell something was wrong.
I was trying to be, and I was like, oh my god. And he stood and fucked with me for like 10 minutes, man.
Man, you kept you cool. I would not kept my cool. I wouldn't care. I would have.
See, that's why you ain't in nobody's wedding, man.
Yeah, get right about that.
So my homie Spencer, he used to work down at the Indy Star for 7 years, and he's a sports writer. He's super into sports, big in statistics. He's a huge fucking nerd, and this was the opening week for NFL. Literally was like, this shit's like Christmas to me. This motherfucker was exclusively watching, like when we weren't drinking and hanging out, he was in front of the TV just being like, he was talking to himself. He was like, oh man, this motherfucker. I was like, well, what are you talking? He's like, nah. I'm like, oh, you're fucking nuts, bro.
I love
like all the other people, because we're on a golf course, all these other people are like talking about sports and shit like that. And this one lady at the wedding, she was like, you men, if you didn't have your sports, where would you be? And I was like, I have no idea what's going on. I don't know what the fuck's happening. Why is everyone freaking out? So there's a sports thing that happened recently with a football dude who I know. He played for Green Bay for 15 years? I don't know how long he played for.
Yeah, Brett Favre. You know Brett Favre?
Oh, Brett Favre.
Everybody loves Brett Favre.
I don't love him, but I know him.
Didn't he send like dick pics to somebody?
He said that. Oh, yeah, he did that. He had addiction. He sent dick pics. And also recently he got in a little scandal. So Mississippi, one of the poorest.
I'm sorry, Brett Favre. Why is it spelled Favre?
It's French.
He's easy extra.
French are weird, man.
he might be weird. But so anyways, he was in Mississippi. I don't know much about the details. I'm only going off on what I watched from Phil DeFranco. So if you want
you're
more,
watching Philly D. Look at you.
If you want more details, go. Because the thumbnah got my.
You saw Brett Favre.
Yeah, I was like, oh, what if Brett Favre go do? I did it this time because when I was a kid, I liked him as what he was doing on the field. But then off the field was the like when I heard about the off the field stuff that we did with the dick pics and stuff, and I'm like, wow, he gets a that was for me, it was like, wow, he got like a pass, like because white quarterback, all of America loved him. He got a pass. He's still in the Hall of Fame. If another player like an NFL black player who is I'm going to bring up what Terrell Owens. I don't know if he's in the Hall of Fame or not, but he never does anything like that. Off the field, no badass. So like off the field, he's more like maybe egotistical or anything like that. And like on the field, like it's very showboaty, but he's a very good player. He can't get in the Hall of Fame because people label him, you know, issues. He got issues,
but he hasn't really done anything.
Yeah,
controversial.
like they don't send dick pics like that. Or he didn't no drug addictions. But Brett Favre, he's like a golden child, whatever. Everybody still loves him, gets away with it. But now recently, he was part of a scandal that was the largest public welfare scandal in Mississippi. I think it was about $75 or $77 million.
Not Mississippi.
Welfare?
Yeah, welfare scandal. Yeah, listen to this. One of the largest one. So what he was doing, his alma mater was, I think it was Southern Mississippi. He was trying to get them a volleyball stadium
because his daughter's playing there.
Daughter was playing there. So his alma mater, his daughter's going there. This guy, millionaire, has a lot of money. He's trying to get them a stadium. So he was like, instead of putting his own money to do this for them, he's like, hey, let's go into welfare. Let's get the governor cooked into this. Or I think it was the governor or the mayor. I don't know who it is. The head of that department, and then let's get some of like the schooling like into it. They all got into this, scooped in the scheme, and they're taking money out of people. It was probably one of the poorest states in all America, and these are like taking money away from kids who probably gonna need it the most. Took that money and built a stadium, and not only that, he was finding ways to like. So they were like, "How do we do this?" So like he would take like speaking opportunities, and he was use those to way to like pay him, and then that would go to them. Like he was scheming. Big time calling out the scheming. Like he was calling out the scheming. Like he was like finding ways around to do it. And he cooked this plan up and now it backfired. Now, even the worst part is there's no one's going after him legally. Like
no, he's not in jail?
No jail, nothing like that. The state has to go after him civilly to recoup their money. He's willing to pay the money back that he was for their speaking engagements, but is not willing to recoup their interest. He's not willing to pay the interest back. That's the sleazy ball he is.
How did this come out?
It's been going on for a year. It came out recently because I'm pretty sure Philly D and other people brought it out. And again, because Favre, golden child, whatever, they're gonna put it in the media. They're gonna put it in. They're gonna rub it out. Fox News didn't even cover it, but Fox News will cover stupid shit. Stupid shit like players will say, "I want more than an athlete," like that. They'll cover that.
So I don't imagine he's gonna lose his.
He's not gonna lose his Hall. He should be stripped from his Hall of Fame. This is the largest fucking scandal in the state.
Yeah, that's pretty. Well, going after welfare, man, it's just like
he's trying to be like a good guy. Put your own fucking money. You're rich. You're one of the richest players.
Whenever I hear about things like this, I hate that I don't have a bigger reaction because like the world is just so shit. You know, it's just like, unfortunately, things don't faze you anymore. It's like, yeah, of course, somebody stole from welfare to build a fucking stadium. Like, you know, like what? I don't know. It sucks.
And
Fucking
Brett. And he's gonna get adored regardless, and I hope people change their perception about him.
It doesn't matter. His perception, he's super rich. He's up there living in the mountains somewhere. He don't give a fuck about people.
I mean, he does because he was literally in his text message like, "Will the media find out about how this is gonna get out? How much I was doing this?" Like he does care about his perception. So like, his perception needs to get ruined. He should not be any more fucking commercials. Like Levi needs to fucking cut him. Like he needs to be not commercials. People not need to be fucking with him. And honestly, like the
Isn't
NFL,
he like retired yet?
He's been retired.
So how the fuck did you see all of sponsorships and shit?
What?
Because he's Brett Favre, right? Child of NFL.
The only reason I know who Dan Marino is because I've seen him in commercials.
Dan Marino.
So like, I feel like the NFL really needs to step up right here and like literally.
Man, they ain't never gonna step up.
Bro, I thought you were sick. What are you doing?
Strip him from his Hall of Fame because he does not deserve that. He does not deserve to disgrace other Hall of Fame members out there with his name being there. I just don't think so, especially with this larger scandal in Mississippi. My next one, this is a little bit more kind of funny, kind of a topic. So you guys like tailgating, right?
Oh yeah,
NFL take is like you guys like going to the games.
I personally don't believe it's tailgating unless you go to the game, but I've been told that I'm wrong about that.
Can I just tell a quick story about tailgating? So like I'm not a sports person, but like in high school when I transferred to HSE, the lunch table that I sat with, they were like super big into it, right? So like we would one of my friends, I don't know if you knew the kid, he was like a tall kid. He drove a big Suburban. he gutted out the back seats and he put in like two 15-inch subwoofers and he would carry a barbecue with him. And before every HSC football game, we were in the parking lot tailgating, and the music that he would blare we would blare Rage Against the Machine and Cookout and tailgate. So like I learned the whole discography of Rage Against the Machine in my
Bulls on Parade.
In my tailgating days with these boys. That was one of my favorite high school memories. But yeah, I'm sorry anyways.
Yeah, so anyways, what was I?
You said you had something funny about tailgating.
So tailgating. So like this past weekend in Miami Dolphins, there's tailgating going on, and I don't know. There needs to be a rule. Like so, like people actually bring grills to the stadiums and they grill and they do tailgating there. They get wild, and then once you're done, I think the common thing is once you're done with the grill, you put it underneath your car and then you go to the game.
Sure.
All right. That's
underneath your car.
Underneath your car. I think that's
the top. You don't want to put it back in the car.
Yeah. So they put it underneath the car.
Was that like
that's the common thing.
Is that a tradition?
It's not tradition. It's a common thing. I've heard that a lot of people do this.
Okay.
So they put it underneath. It's a dumb thing, but put it underneath the car. Sure. They go to the game. So the game is happening. This is a great game because Miami is actually being Bill Belichick and the Patriots, and it's a high because and during the game an explosion happens. And the fans don't know what's happening because it's loud and everything's going on.
I would unfortunately assume like terror attack.
But you don't hear this. You don't hear this.
Oh, okay.
So like the stage, like the people, like only the people working there and like whatever knows about this. And no one made an announcement during the game that this is happening. Okay. So there's fans that went down after the game, really excited. Yeah, we just won. We beat the Patriots, and their car is gone, and they not know about this.
That's fucking silly.
No fucking way. Oh my god.
So I think there needs to be a rule. It's a common thing that you put a grill underneath your car. I think they should.
Maybe the assumption is like pour the coals out because like I imagine like the fire must have still been going.
Yeah, whoever the fire in your grill's gonna go for a minute.
Like you fucking have to pour water or something, right?
I can't imagine someone putting a live fire.
Also, I didn't think cars would just blow up like that.
I mean, it was near. It was
near
like
the oil tank,
and then that blew up, and that blew up the other 13 cars.
Which is fucking silly. I never been tailgating. I guess I would see people doing it. I would just choose to put my grill close to my car.
Hey man, what are you doing?
The most distracting.
Yeah, like just distracting as hell, bro. You're making
Surge
noise.
is over here scratching on the chalkboard for some reason.
I'm writing a message so you guys can plug stuff.
Okay.
I just gotta erase this.
We'll wait.
All right.
Anyway,
we'll wait. So Pat, you're big into villains. There's this TV show I want to tell you about. All right, it's called Handmaid's Tale. And I know that you like to root for villains, and I just want to tell you about the villains in Handmaid's Tale to see if you fuck with them.
All right.
So there's this place called America, and in America, in the whole entire world, there was a shortage of babies. No one was having babies. Mm-hmm. And so this group of people in America that were big into Christianity decided to take over the American government by force, and they did that. And then after they did that, they made sure that like lesbians and gay people and people that did abortions weren't around anymore by killing them and hanging them or sending them out of the country. And then after that, they decided that they would instruct forced laws that gave every husband and wife a handmaid that they would have sex with once a month to get her pregnant so that they could have babies. And they got these women by stealing them from their homes and then stealing their kids and putting their kids into their homes, pretending like they're their kids. And so those bad guys are called Gilead, and their whole entire thing is just that they rule with an iron fist, but they're getting results because people are having babies now in what used to be America. It's called Gilead now.
That's what that show's about?
Yeah, it's about state-sanctioned rape monthly. So those you fuck with them villains?
Doesn't sound like I would want to watch that.
Yeah, it's a pretty sad show, but it's pretty good.
Then again, we just watched Old Boy, so
yeah.
So Handmaid's Tale's back out. This is the last season. I'm excited for it.
Excited for it? You just said.
I mean, that's what it's about. The main character, she's been doing some shit to kind of piss me off, but she's also
Is she trying to stop it?
I mean, yeah, she's trying to. She is the handmaid. She was a handmaid she's been a handmaid for a long time. She's kind of mad.
So they just get right, and everyone's cool with it.
Yeah, the wife's help.
So they're not married.
You know how Roe v. Wade just got overturned? Yeah. I don't think that has anything to do with morality. I think it has to do with future polling numbers. They want to abolish. Nobody gives a fuck about like all these people. Well, not to paint. I'm sure people care about like don't kill babies or whatever. But people in politics, it's no matter what side of the aisle it is, I just see them as performers. So I really don't think politicians give a fuck about like the morality of abortion. They just want people to have babies so that we have numbers in the future to keep our voting base intact.
But that's the thing.
How's that gonna work? Because how do you know that baby's gonna vote for your side?
If the baby is in certain demographics that proven to vote for your side on either side.
But right now, they're trying to get rid of abortion for people that are poor and that need they can't afford it. So
well, this is also
that's increasing their population. And most likely, those people are going to vote more likely Democrat.
Well, there's a thing called social media that kind of has learned to develop our psychology for us. Like everything we do on social media, like it's all by design, man. Like Facebook literally has a button where they press it to raise social anxiety by showing you more shocking stuff, and this has been proven. Like somebody whistle blew this, so like it's all design. It's all by design now, man. We are living in a very like dystopian fucking 1984 Orwellian.
So then maybe we should all be going right wing because right wing people are trying to stop that shit.
No, they're not, Pat.
Bro,
they're trying to stop social media.
They're not. They're not.
They're the ones who...
Unfortunately, I don't fuck with Democrats. Straight up. I don't like the Democrats. Am I a liberal? I'm far fucking left. All right? All the way. At least they're trying to do something about it. Republicans have lost their goddamn minds. What do they stand for? Straight up. Like, but that's not the point. The point was Handmaid's Tale.
Well, fine. Okay, that's fine. You got me all...
it's an inherently political show. There's no way to...
Why no? It's a fun show, but Pat likes villains. I wanted to see if he was going to
I'm not going to root for that.
Just want to...
I thought you meant like there's an actual villain, like a dude, but like I can't root for.
There was one main dude villain. Yeah,
he's one dude. I thought it was a sister.
He helped. He helped start the country. It was his plan. He was like, "Oh, I got this idea for how to start a country." Him and his wife did it together.
So his wife did this too, and she was okay with this.
Yeah, she was. Until it backfired on her because she took power away from herself for some weird reason. Anyway, I thought maybe you guys would be interested in hearing about the show. Y'all don't want to...
It was a bummer.
Oh, okay.
I'm surprised that you're actually looking forward to the new season.
It's the last season.
I'm surprised you kept on...
We watched Euphoria.
It's critically acclaimed.
Yeah, that's fine. You watched this, but you couldn't get through... that was you. You couldn't get through the 100. Never mind.
I got the one. Anyway, way different. So fine, let's move on to talk about this. Hot D.
Hey, I haven't
He hasn't seen this last episode. I don't know why.
Caught up yet.
He fucked up. I caught up.
I caught up.
I haven't caught up, but that's okay. Like, just I'll just close my ears if you want to say anything.
No. What I want to say is this: House of the Dragon, unfortunately, versus Rings of Power, because people are bringing it up.
They're so different.
They are, but they're going to get compared together, and I won't compare them. Here's the one thing I'll compare them on. And I want to get Pat's take on it, and I'm interested in hearing what Micky tentatively has to say, even though he hasn't been watching, is that Rings of Power ain't doing anything. We're like 3 episodes in, and if the story doesn't lurch forward, I'll lose my fucking mind. The show has a lot of potential, and I've been like enjoying watching it, but also like, y'all could have condensed these last 3 episodes into 2 or maybe even 1. Like, I don't need a bunch of mindless action, but I need something to happen in the story. I need it to move forward decently. I feel like we're still kind of in the same like prologue setup area, and it's driving me nuts compared to Game of Thrones, where you're at least getting something interesting every episode.
I mean, the first season of most shows is like setup, right?
We're watching Hot D. Is the first season of that shit set up?
But
I mean, it is. But look, it's fun setup.
Yeah.
I just need some fun setup. What about you, Pat? I know you got a certain way you feel about Rings of Power.
I haven't seen Rings of Power, so
let me get a few minutes. So you said you really can't compare these 2 shows, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say you can. Here's why. I'm a mainstreamer, and I'm gonna consume media as a mainstreamer because that's how I am. Okay, and as a mainstreamer, both of these are fantasy. All right, that's how I'm gonna see it, and they're in the same realm. I'm just gonna see it that way. You can't tell me there's different types of fantasies or anything like that. I'm just going to see both of them as fantasy.
That's fair.
All right? And seeing both of them as fantasy, and I don't care one give homage to another one, I'm not going to see that. All I'm going to see is House of Dragons being way better than Lord of the Power because there's way more excitement in House of Dragons than Ring of Power. I know that's a different type of genre. It's a little bit low key and all that stuff. But a mainstreamer is not going to see that. Mainstreamer is going to want to see what we've been seeing in Game of Thrones.
That's valid.
All right. And when you don't get that in a Ring of Power, then you'd be like, okay, then it's not, this show's going to, this is like you just said, move forward. Well, why is it not the same as Game of Thrones? Why is it
it's also one's for adults and one's for not adults.
Do you think it's also because like you're just more familiar with the Game of Thrones world, so you're noticing like all the little Easter eggs, whereas like
I'm not like you guys notice the Easter eggs. I really don't notice Easter eggs like you guys do because I consume Game of Thrones maybe on a little bit more of a mainstream level than you guys do. I just try to get through the story, and even in the pacing in Game of Thrones is better than the pacing
100%.
And in Lord of the Rings. They're able to tell the story differently than Lord of the Rings are able to. And Lord of the Rings I don't know how the timeline jumps they're doing is creative in Game of Thrones. Lord of the Rings, I think there's some like a timeline jump, but I can't even tell. And there's no like excitement. Like he was saying, there's no excitement. I remember the last episode leading into there was like a cliffhanger, but there was way better cliffhangers in Hot D.
I think once Rings, because like Lord of the Rings movies, they were known for their battle sequences. So I think once Ring of Power like does like a,
that's kind of what I'm getting. That's what I want.
I feel like they're gonna blow people away with like a really cool battle sequence.
They've been teasing Sauron so much, and we like all right. For instance, in the last episode, there's a part where Galadriel's on a horse, and they really milk this like kind of slow motion, like ethereal music and shit. And, like Galadriel's riding a horse. I'm like, all right, cool. But fuck, do you remember did you guys watch American Gods? You remember all the extra slow motion shit in American Gods?
Yeah.
At this point, I was like on the airplane and being like, okay, like I get it, sure, but can we come on, I understand that this is a mythical person and it's like this big grandiose thing, but like we don't have to spend that much time on this small shit. Like, give me,
I haven't seen the show, but my prediction is like the movies are known for their battle sequences, like Helm's Deep. Everybody talks. That's such a iconic cinematic sequence. Like you everybody knows about Helm's Deep, so I feel like they're just saving their nut for like something spectacular.
Yeah, it's just a lot of foreplay.
Yeah.
I need 2 episodes of foreplay at best.
So you said about the iconic fight scenes. I think Game of Thrones also had that, Battle of Bastards.
They didn't. It wasn't Helm's Deep though.
Well, I mean, I'm trying. I watched Lord of the Rings too, and I'm trying. Maybe I don't.
Second movie, they're sieging the thing. It's literally like 1 billion people.
I think Game of Thrones had comparable scenes. Like Battle of Bastards was comparable to Helm's Deep for me.
Hey, but I'm talking about number of people on the screen. I'm talking about the size of the siege. Battle of the Bastards felt like a battle. Helm's Deep feels like
a siege. Yeah.
Like something that I don't think we've ever seen. Right. I'm trying to think of shit in Game of Thrones. Even the wars in Game of Thrones, they never can show that many people. I
actually regret not playing like the really old school like PS2, PS3 Lord of the Rings games because you got to like play those siege battles. Like, but yeah, like
I'm mad I didn't play Shadow of Mordor.
Of it, I suppose, yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess so, but I still think Game of Thrones still delivered.
No, Game of Thrones 100% delivers.
I just don't want to say, well, we're just gonna like the battle scenes is what's gonna save Ring of Power because that's a cop out. That shouldn't be like that. Should like it should still have a good story. It should still have like same excitement. The battle scene should not be why it saves the show.
I look at it as not being made for me, and I don't think it's being made for you either. I think it's just like if I was a kid watching Game of Thrones, I would be really thrown off by how gory the fantasy is. And I'm an adult watching Rings of Power, and I'm like, I can see why kids would be super into this. I would see my kids like sitting down to watch this, and even though it's taking a while to get started, because let's be for real, when it comes to Tolkien and its visual representation on screen, it's a lot of setup. It's a lot of like really getting there, but that gives you that big epic feel. But for me, we're 3 hours in. That's essentially one fucking movie from the Lord of the Rings canon, and I really haven't gotten delivered on what I know I would get from watching one Lord of the Rings movie. Like it feels like Fellowship did it good. Hobbit had way too much shit going on, and almost made you throw up. And then this one is really kind of slowly getting it going. And I just needed to. I need something. So this next episode, which I think you guys are watching today, I need something to happen. I need to make a leap forward. Oh, intrigue, shit, cool. Like they just introduced Isildur. That's fucking tight. I want to see what's gonna happen, man. Like give me something. So
Saulid.
Yeah, that's That's what that was about. That's what's riling me all up.
You don't like Hot D? Why you not catching up to it?
Yeah.
Oh, because I wanted to do an uncut, so I've been like I'm like, okay, I'll do it tonight, but then like I just
you're not gonna do the uncut, just watch it.
I am gonna do the uncut.
Okay.
I waited this whole time to do the uncut.
Why?
Cause man, y'all look
Why you wait so long? What's he doing? He drove back to town.
Yeah, I drove back to town, then I got back to work, and then I was like, okay, I'll do it tonight, and then I came back, and then I was like, okay, I'm tired. Like I'm still like, I don't know. I've been waking up later too. Like I just
you got used to mountain time that quick?
I did. I think I did. I've been waking up way later, and I'm like, fuck, man. Like, I gotta dude, in the mountains, like, the first day, because, like, you know, we're 2 hours behind, so I naturally woke up at, like, 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And it was one of the best days, because by 8 a.m., I felt like I had a whole day. I did so much. I went out for a walk, grabbed breakfast. I did so much stuff within that 3 hours. It just like, if I can get into the habit of waking up at 5 a.m., oh my God, I would be productive as fuck.
I mean, you could do that, man.
I know, but it's hard.
It is hard. It is hard.
It's so difficult, man.
You got to go to sleep at about like 11, but you can't go to sleep at 11.
What? I go to sleep at 11:30.
My ass.
But yeah, I've been waiting because I want to do a I want to do an uncut for Patreon.
All right, well, fine. I guess that's where you'll be at on that one. Well, let's talk about promotional things. But before we do that, I want to say you guys got to play Killer Queen.
Killer Queen?
It's 5v5.
Oh yeah. In the bar.
It's free on Thursdays at Tappers.
I am down to.
You just gotta get 10 people together. That's the only downside.
10
What kind of
people.
game is it? Like how you play?
With a controller and a button.
Yeah, but like a shooting game.
No,
it's like a
there's 3 ways to win.
it's like a side-scrolling platform.
There's two playable characters. You can either be the queen. There's only one queen per side, and then there's these little bears. The little bears, they can run and grab berries and put them in this hole. If you get 10 berries in the hole, you win. The little bear can also get on a snail, and it goes really slow. And if the snail gets into the goal, you win. Or the queens can kill any bear they can want to kill. And if your queen dies 3 times, then you lose. So it's like you got to protect the queen. You can become a fighting bear or a really fast running bear. And there's all these different ways to win. And you just keep going back and forth until someone wins.
How come there's no king bee? You know?
Ask nature.
I feel like the matriarchy has kept us down for too long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that why you guys are where you're at in life? Because of the matriarchy?
It's the matriarchy, man. Dismantle the matriarchy.
I'm waiting for you guys to become official incels and just like, just be like, bro, I've been red pilled.
No, man. Fuck that shit. No. I do not agree with any of that
What's
shit.
red pill?
I don't know, man.
You know, in the Matrix, when you get the red pill.
Listen to
pill.
no. Don't ruin the Matrix. They already ruined it. We're gonna take it back. That's not what red pilling means. That's what they think it means. Fuck that shit. No.
Don't ruin the Matrix.
Like, no, don't.
What happened in the Matrix then?
Well, I mean, there are red and blue. The whole terminology comes from the Matrix, but that's not what it is. You know, man, just
Is this like Morbius?
It's like fucking Andrew Tate shit.
it's like Jordan Peterson shit.
It's like, yeah, it just I don't know.
like Tim Pool
Watch an episode of Fresh and Fit.
Oh my god, the manosphere.
That's like the pinnacle incel.
You know what? Don't worry about it, Pat. You're good.
You're better off not knowing.
Yeah, you don't want to go down that rabbit hole. Shit, there was one last thing. Oh, yeah. All right, so, guys, Andor is coming out. And when it does come out, we're going to be doing a little bit of a live stream for it. I'm sure you guys have seen the way that we do things, and they're live streamed. Huh?
Mm-hmm. You know where to go?
Where do you go?
Where do we go, Micky?
Anyways, yeah, we're going to be live streaming the first episode, twitch.tv/Normies TV.
Yeah.
Check it out. And then, you know, we'll be on YouTube from there. I'm really excited for Andor because, like, I mean, Rogue One was probably my favorite out of the modern Star Wars. I think even though the movie kind of slowed down in the middle, but like it'll be cool to see those characters again because obviously, spoiler alert, everyone dies. Literally, everyone dies.
For real? That's dope.
It's a pretty solid movie, and they connect it to Episode 4 with like one of the most badass hallway sequences.
Oh, I guess I need to rewatch the fight on Obi-Wan now.
Yeah,
because that fight kind of goes hard too.
It does, but I still think because when he pops the guy up and then like slices him while he's on the ceiling. Anyways, like those characters could have been super iconic, but they were around for like one movie, so it'll be cool to see them again.
Yeah. Oh, and
because otherwise I was like, this guy got a show.
You think young? I want to see Saw Gerrera again now. Now that
Saw Gerrera.
Now that we know his origins.
Yes.
That'd be fucking
yes,
sweet.
we saw Saw's origins in Clone Wars, and that was wild. Yeah, because it's cool to see like all these characters have. Because I'm a Star Wars newbie. I don't know that these characters have been long established.
Yeah.
So the first time I saw Saw Gerrera was in the video game, and I was like, "The fuck kind of name is Saw Gerrera?" Like,
what did he see?
Huh?
What did he see?
What did he see?
You said he saw Gerrera. All right, we're circling the bottom of the fucking barrel here.
Oh, solid.
All right. Well,
we got a live stream today too, though, at 3:00.
Live stream 3:00.
Q&A.
Q&A. I thought it was gaming.
It's Q&A.
It's Q&A, but we can do gaming and Q&A.
We're gonna.
Oh, that's why you're asking.
We're gonna
if we
see if we
can
can possibly game while we Q&A, but I think it's just gonna be Q&A. We're gonna.
Well, if we play fucking Fall Guys, we'll spend half the time doing nothing.
We can't rock the boat.
It could be Fortnite.
It could be.
It could be. I'd be like, Ami. To answer your question, Ami.
I don't like Fall Guys that much, guys.
Why?
It's just not my kind. It's not my kind of game.
What?
It's not my kind of game. What do you want?
Switch.
It's not my kind of game.
You play all these other games.
What about it do you not like?
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's weird. It's like competitive platforming, and I enjoy platforming for different reasons, I think.
Okay.
Like,
you want a solo platforming.
Yeah, I want a solo platforming. I'm here
Minecraft
for.
and you don't like this game?
Yeah, I'm weird. I suck. I know. Roll me over the coals. It's just how I feel.
What's your favorite Switch title these days?
I'm playing Pokemon Arceus, but I'm kind of bored with that too right now.
Huh. All right.
Yeah, it kind of got to the point where I'm just like, damn, I don't really like. Now it feels like work. I don't want to do it anymore. Ollie World's super fun. I haven't finished that all the way, and I haven't finished Metroid Prime yet.
I am. I'll plug myself. Twitch.tv.
Bet you will.
On Thursdays, Normies channel, Normies TV. I play A Plague Tale. I'm about halfway through the game. It's pretty good. Sequel comes out in October. I'll be playing that as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
I played Fortnite.
Yo, I'm down to start playing so much more Fortnite.
Wow,
Yeah. I'm really excited for Modern Warfare 2.
I played Fortnite with Watchdog yesterday.
This is
but he banned
so
me.
on.
He ditched me.
This is so on brand that we're like just now getting hyped for Fortnite. it's so on brand.
I mean, it's cool, but this new Modern Warfare 2 is coming out. I'm excited for that.
Oh,
Ooh, that's in November,
dude. And people were talking about it in the chat. Shout out to Watchdog. And shout out to the mods in general. But he's saying like it's vastly different. Like it's something like drastically new. Like they're switching up everything. How the game plays, how everything. Like he said, it's like drastically different.
So it's like gonna be like same as like Warzone still?
I don't know. I haven't seen it
yet.
yet.
I know what they're gonna do. I think it's gonna be like Fortnite and have these cool items where you could like do stuff with the items.
I mean, we already have items.
We don't have items.
And also, From Software is releasing 2 new games. One is like a mech game, and then the other one is called Lies of P, and it's a Pinocchio story, but from a From Software perspective.
Is Pinocchio into the public domain? Is that what's happening?
Maybe, because Guillermo del Toro, it must be. There's a lot of Pinocchio content coming out. But hey, if you didn't know, I beat Elden Ring. I am a certified Elden Lord, so any future From Software games...
What level did you beat it on?
Your boys get. There's only one difficulty, and I promise
and it's hard as fuck.
I promise you wouldn't last 30 seconds in that game.
Damn, he said you ain't shit.
You ain't shit in that game. I promise you.
Let me get a shot at it.
Go ahead.
Hey, you're gonna hate it. All right, I'll look. I'm here for that. One, Andor live stream. You guys need to stay up with us. It's gonna be on September 21st. Mm-hmm. 2, somehow figuring out a way for us to stream a big old game of Killer Queen. I don't know how. One day,
we
maybe.
should do a collab over there somehow with like cameras and shit.
Nah, we could do that. And 3 is watching Pat struggle bus at Elden Ring.
I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it.
Stick around for the raid, guys. I know this was a slightly shorter podcast. We got some reactions to go record. It's a little bit late in the day, but we're about to go get at it. Stick around for the raid. Let us know what you thought about this. Chat it up with us. Get there, and all that, and this and that. This has been the Talking Normies podcast.
Raid.